watching this house, and when something sour goes down in this house, they'll be the first ones to, come to your aid. Like, once I leave, if somebody kicked the door in, within, I'd say, probably a minute or two, there would probably be 50 bikers of assorted Hell's Angels.
So you're trying to say my house is going to be watched 24/7 from now on?
Yeah, I'm going to have it watched.
That's supposed to make me feel good that the Hell's Angels and fucking Renegades are watching my house.
Well, yeah, but on a good accord.
That must mean I'm in danger. That's what you're saying.
No. But
then why are you doing it?
Because I care about you and I want to make sure that you're protected.
Well, I have always felt safe in this house until now.
Well,
I have always felt safe. I have never felt unsafe.
Well,
in my home.
And
ever
been under false pretenses.
Tonight. No, you live in a world of bang bang giddy up. I live in a world.
I live in the real world
with the real people.
Well, see, the thing is,
are just trying to get by, be happy, and live their life.
See, the thing is,
but all you're about is gangs and bang bang bang. And
I live in the real world.
No, you live in a.
And I will have people watching. I will
world.
have people watching this house when I leave here. But it won't. The difference.
Why would it be necessary?
The difference between the type of watching they're going to do is 1,000-fold. Because the type of watching they would have done had I left before we had would have been. Man, we won't go down that road.
Why don't you go down that road?
But the kind of watching that they're going to do now, when I talk to them.
Oh, so if I hadn't made up with you an hour ago.
No, if I hadn't made up.
You would have had them watching my house.
No, it had nothing to do with you.
In a bad way.
If I hadn't made up with you, it had nothing to do with you making up with me. If I hadn't been able to make up with you.
You would have done what?
I would have told. I wouldn't have put the word out, but when questioned, I wouldn't have hidden.
You said you were going to go and make sure
everybody
and their brother know not to rent from me. And
I will have. Well,
I don't want my house watched.
No, but
unless you think your presence here causes me danger in the future.
Well, my presence here causes no danger, but I will have the house
Then
watched.
why do I need my house watched? I never needed my house watched before. Why do I need my house watched now?
Because it makes me feel better.
I don't feel better. I feel scared to death. I don't want to be watched.
The word.
I want to live my life.
But think
be
about
happy. If somebody busts in and shoots me, oh well, it fucking happens all the time.
But
I'm not going to be sitting here scared to death knowing there's like people out there watching me.
Well, they're not watching you. Watching you.
Well, you said if somebody kicks on the door, they'll be there at the second.
Oh, yeah. Well, they'll be there within quick. Because I'll have them watching without watching.
Okay.
And the kind of watching that I'm going to put in their ears is the same kind of watching they do to my ex. And it's on some old. Anybody is more than welcome there. Anybody she feels she wants to let through that door is more than welcome in that house, and they will not stand in there even let them presence known. However, if they see some humbug shit going on, they're watching closely.
I don't live a lifestyle where any humbug shit.
My brother that just got killed.
You said he flashed money and they had just invaded his house a week before that.
Well,
They were
What
looking for
what
him.
were you doing?
They didn't kill his mother. They waited till he was home alone.
Well, they didn't
So
wait.
that wasn't no.
They just came back and he happened to be there.
I don't live in fear,
But
and I never lived in fear.
you
until
had
tonight.
all that
When
money
you came
and
in
flash
there-
and all that. I'm telling you, I don't care what you say. I am having people watch this house when I leave.
Okay.
But the watching they do won't be on some old watch her and get her when she leaves the door. It'll be on some old watch her and make sure she's taken care of. And if you see some old humbug shit, you kick the door in and you stop that. And you make sure that she's taken care of above and beyond anything else. And you make sure she's okay because you even think she's in jeopardy. You kick the door in and you lay down anybody
You see, I don't want that. I don't want that.
that,
I'd rather take my chances and live peacefully.
but you'll leave even peacefuler knowing that they're not going to stop people from moving in. And if you get into an argument, they're not going to step in. They're not going to step in on that shit. But if they see a hand raised and they think that you're actually in, mortal danger,
Oh, but it was okay for you to come busting in here waving your pistol in the air.
because they knew the pistol, and they knew that my intentions had nothing to do with
I
you.
didn't know.
But they did.
But what I'm saying is, I felt like my life was in jeopardy. And then you slammed the door, came back out, and was waving it again. And you gave me this dead cold stare.
Well, they watched
And
this
I
house.
asked you about the gun, and you were like, so?
And they watch. I mean, I'm here, so they watch me. They watch this house.
Yeah. And
And
see, that,
The stuff that I've told
and
them,
that's like the whole reason I need you to move out, because
but that
I
won't
can't
change.
believe you brought all this shit to my house.
They won't. That won't.
I can't
change.
believe you brought all this gangster bullshit in my calm, peaceful existence. I just can't get over that shit.
But they will.
That's the only reason I'm gonna leave, because I can't stand
But it'll never
all this
go away.
shit that comes with you.
But it'll never go away because they'll always be watching this house for your benefit. Because that's the bug I'll put there. I'll tell them that
I will end the watch.
No, you won't. Because you'll never even know you're being watched. They're that good at it. You won't know you're being watched until somebody kicks your door in.
And you
And-
think the Hells Angels and the Renegades care about you that much? You are that big a deal? You make yourself out to be this big deal. I don't know if you're living in reality. I really don't know if half of what you say
Because
is
I
true.
don't tell them to watch many people. There are many people that I tell them.
But they
"Look,
got a lot of business to do. Why would they worry about your scrawny ass and my
Because
fat ass?
because I'm a very good friend of a few of their members, and those members will lay their life down for me to make sure that I'm okay. And so if I make mention to those members that I need a certain house watched, and I need a certain person taken care of, they will
If you want
take
somebody to take care of me, get somebody to give me some money so I can live. I got $1 in my pocket in a messed up house that you were supposed to fix that you didn't.
I did.
And I can't rent. I can't rent to nobody.
Yeah, but
It didn't get fixed up enough to rent. And I got $1 in my pocket.
that's where you're missing the whole point of
And
the
I'm
story.
screwed. Well, you want to help me? Have them give me money.
They won't see,
Of course they won't.
but
But they'll watch my house and make sure I'm alive.
no. Well,
Man.
they'll make sure. But they themselves won't come off
I'm not worried
paper
about.
for you.
I'm not worried about my
But if
physical safety. I'm worried about my financial
But if I
safety.
put a bug in, I mean, they're not going to come off the paper just to make sure that you're taken care of, knowing that I'm not living here anymore. What they will do, if I tell them, look, just like they do with my ex, look, we had to part ways, but it wasn't on no humbug shit. It was just on some old. It was
Not working.
that time. It's, we did what we could, and it was just that time that we both moved on, and I tell them that I want nothing but the best for you, and they will make sure the people that come in, first of all, they'll make sure that anybody coming in this house on some old humbug shit will get laid down quick, fast, and in a hurry. But they'll make sure they put the right people in your path. Because I'll just tell them, I'll be like, look, we need to move, we needed to part ways because our personalities differed too much. And she bent over backwards and she really did make my life better. And I'll just tell them, I'll be like, look, I'm better because of her. And if anybody hurts her, they got to answer to me. And I don't care who and how many people you got behind you. You got to deal with me if any harm comes to her. And because I have that kind of clout, they'll make sure this house is taken care of. And they will put certain people in your path to help you. Not to hurt you. And the watching they do isn't to hurt you. Because they can give a big ass less what you do. You could be selling dope out the house and they won't.
Okay. My cousin's in. I'm alright. I'll be alright.
But if somebody comes in this house doing you ill will, you best believe there will be 100 bikers at your front door laying them down before they even get through the door. That will be my legacy to you. You will always be protected under my clout.
Mm.
And I'll make sure of that. Because I'll put the word.
But your clout is the main reason I need you to leave. The people you associate with are the entire reason I need you to leave.
But they'll be gone. But you'll never.
It doesn't matter.
But you'll never even know them unless something goes wrong.
I've heard and seen too much the past couple weeks that has made me just cringe and not feel safe or comfortable in my home. And I always feel safe in my home. And
I mean,
I'm not going to allow.
I could put the word in and just say, hey, look, if somebody comes in and kills her, you let them do what they want to. But I actually.
Now what the?
Why
don't you just say nothing? Say nothing.
The problem is I can't.
Why?
Because they'll ask me. And I won't lie.
We parted ways.
Exactly, but they'll ask. They'll say, well, how did you part ways?
Because we had differences and it parted good. They don't have to know about the last 5 hours.
And,
just the last hour.
Well, the thing is the problem with the people I know is if I say we parted ways and it went south.
But it didn't go south.
It would be.
It tried to go south. But we
rectified
fixed it. We fixed it before it went to hell.
The problem is
what's the
because
big
of
deal?
who I'm associated with.
Which is why I need you to leave.
But it won't change a thing.
But yet you're keeping these people in my life.
Because.
So I have to leave my home. Because of you.
Because they're going to ask me.
You basically ruined my life.
They're going to ask me why I left.
Yeah. You basically ruined my life.
And I'm going to say, because it was just my time to move on.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll say nothing but good about because up until now, I've said nothing but good about you. So they hold you in the highest regard like they do me. But they'll say, well, why did you part ways? Well, if I say, well, it was on some old humbug shit.
Well, you don't say that.
I'll just say.
You say what it was. Things were just not going right.
I won't even say that. Well, if I say things just weren't going right, that would be as bad as me saying. The best way for me to put it to them without.
We were like two bitches in a frat house.
I'll just tell them.
We didn't get along. That's all.
That won't work out for your benefit either.
Nothing's going to work out for my benefit. You have ruined my house.
But if I tell,
my house is ruined.
If I tell them, like my ex, if I tell them we moved on because, yes, she bent over backwards for me. The only reason why I'm leaving is because it was better for both of us.
She had you leave for the same reasons I'm having you leave. Why don't you admit it?
It was
you told me in the beginning.
She
couldn't take the guns, and I was okay. The guns started out okay. Little by little, they started coming out. Coming out. And then tonight, when you got it in your hand, waving it around,
I'll just
slamming doors and come back out with it.
I'll just tell them the same thing I told them about my ex.
With a bottle of booze in your mouth, in your eyes, crazy. How do you think I felt? Do you even imagine how I felt and how terrified I was because you had this crazy, mad look in your eye? You yelled at me, and you slammed the door. Come back out with the gun. You're walking around with the gun. I mean, please. You think that was fine? You don't think I had every right to be terrified?
Why do you think I'm going to tell them a different story? Why do you think I'm going to tell them a story like I told them?
Yeah, save your ass. You started it.
Actually,
They'll kick your ass for waving a gun at me.
No, they won't.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Let's go ask them. Let's go ask them and see. I'm an innocent woman, a new widow, disabled, sitting in my home, in my chair. You come busting through the door with a gun blazing.
Because they know what happened.
No. What happened doesn't matter. That was wrong.
To them, it's different.
I mean, that was your confidence.
I mean, to them, it's different.
Oh, to them, it's okay that you can stick a gun in my face.
But I didn't stick a gun in your face. I didn't threaten you with the gun.
It might as well that you were waving it.
But I didn't threaten you. And that's the whole... And that's why I'm saying, I'm not... You're going off on this solo, and I'm trying to tell you that the watching that's going to be done is in your favor. What I tell them about you is in your favor.
Well, what I'm telling you is...
Because they're going to ask.
You were wrong, and I will tell them. Okay?
Well, they don't know you, and my word versus your word, they'll take my word over your word every day of the week, twice on Sunday. But if I tell them that we just parted ways...
I said, when you brought up the gun, I hesitated. But I liked you, and I wanted you to move in. And it went against every fiber in my being. I hate guns. I'm terrified of guns. I want nothing to do with them. Well, but you promised me, shut up and listen. You promised me I would never see that gun. It would stay locked up, and it would not bother me. And that went on for a long time, and it was great. Then little by little, guns started coming out.
And I didn't
more coming out, and then all this crazy renegade shit. And
well, I didn't think my brother was going to be fucking killed.
Well, you know, and you think it's
and I didn't think my brother was going to...
But that aside, you come into my house, I'm sitting here coming
Well,
from
it's my house
house.
too.
It's not
I live
your
here.
house. You have not
live here.
paid near a dime to live there.
I live here.
You
It's
owe.
my house.
It's not your house.
I
You are not on the lease.
now, granted, it is
You
your
are
house.
not on the lease.
It
and
is your
You
house.
have paid not a
But
penny.
I live here.
I have the lease. You have not paid your rent.
No, you're right.
You
but
owe me,
I
owe
live
me
here.
money. So you agree. You owe me for September's rent, right?
Absolutely.
$550. You owe that.
Absolutely.
Okay. And the other incidentals of stuff I bought, like your storage. I paid $150 for your storage. But that meat grinder, you know,
Well, it's just staying here.
it's all on the list.
Well, the meat grinder ain't on the list because it's staying here, and I won't pay for something that I'm not taking with me.
All right, then don't take it with you, and I won't charge you for it. But I just wanted you to admit that you owe that rent. I mean, I have to pay for rent.
And I didn't deny it. I never from the start. I mean, actually, at first when.
But it is the 8th, so I'm tacking on 10-day late fee because it was due on the 3rd.
But there was nothing in writing about a late fee, so you don't have the legal right to do
Well,
that.
I have to pay a late fee.
Well, you do, but I don't. There was nothing in writing about a late fee, so.
But I'm just saying, the gun
I do
was supposed to never be in my sight.
But I do acknowledge that I owe you for that back rent.
Okay.
I don't owe you a late fee because it wasn't in our agreement, but I do acknowledge the back rent. I never once tried to say I didn't.
All right.
And I'll never once try to say I won't discredit what I owe. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, especially now, if we had parted ways with you turning the power off to my room, oh, you'd have never seen her. If that had stayed that way the rest of the night, you'd have never seen another nickel out of me, and it might have got ugly after I left.
Oh, ugly how?
Ugly as in, I would have cursed you from here to high heaven on my way out the door.
Okay, and that would cause me trouble how?
Well, it would have caused you immediate trouble. Once I was gone, it wouldn't have caused you any more trouble.
Oh, okay.
But I would have cursed you from here to high heaven, and I would have told my parents nothing but the worst about you, and they would have cursed you.
Ooh, that would hurt my feelings.
But that's as far as it would have gone.
Okay.
But because of the way that we've reconciled and decided to move on, I'm still moving on.
Yeah.
But what I speak about you will be nothing but good.
But it doesn't matter because I don't frequent your circles. I don't want to know your circles, and I'm never in the presence of your circles. I never was, never wanted to be. You just got me in a really bad spot.
But I'm going to put...
And that bad spot is the reason I need to leave, but you're never going to leave. You're always going to be threatening to my home in one way or another.
No.
You do somebody dirty, they think you still live here, they come looking for you?
No.
I'm never safe because
But I don't do
here.
nobody dirty. What I'm going to do when I leave is I'm going to put the bug in my people's ear, keep an eye on the house, and make sure that you're protected and okay. And if they see anything that even resembles humbug, to step in.
Ain't no humbug ever happened in this house till you walked in. To be honest with you.
You don't know this world.
I don't need to know this world.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Because
no, you're just a gun-toting paranoid freak who has played with people you shouldn't be playing with.
I'm very good friends with people that you don't think I should be. But those...
I'm a fat old disabled lady who keeps to myself, enjoys my cats, enjoys my art, enjoys my friends that live all over the world.
And
that is my content with the world.
And that's why
Who would bother
need
me? I have nothing. I have no money. I have nothing worth taking.
That's why.
So, but if they
that
want to shoot me,
just
fine. They ain't getting nothing.
solidifies my.
Mm.
You don't understand this world today.
I don't have to. I
Because
don't live in your world.
You
I
don't.
stay here in my world, where it's nice and safe and happy and kittens and
And
butterflies
people will.
and
that is the prime candidate for somebody in today's society.
You
No.
walked in and took advantage. You have been taking advantage
No.
of me.
I'm
you got
saying the false pretense you live under, the
It's not a
butterflies
false
and
pretense.
happy
It's not a false pretense. It's been working fine for 10 years.
so far, but you have no idea what this world has turned into.
I do, but it stays out there.
Well, I'll tell
You
you.
brought it in.
Well,
You brought this real world into my
I'll
life.
tell you what.
Before you, I didn't need to know about this real world because it didn't touch me.
Yeah,
because I
because
wasn't
it wouldn't
involved with it. Why? How? What the fuck could I possibly do
But
to warrant
I'll tell you what.
any kind of anything
Because in the
other
next
than you?
5 to 10 years, society as we know it is gone. I mean, not your house, and I'm talking society, civilization.
Apocalyptic
Apocalypse.
crap.
In the next 5
They've
to
been
10
talking about that shit since the 1800s, and it's
No,
always
but I'm telling you.
coming. It's always coming. If it comes, it comes. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna sit here and make myself sick, worry over something that may or may not happen that I can't do anything about.
Well,
If it does happen,
Then
so
I'll just
what?
tell my peoples, if they watch somebody come in and blow your head off, I'll just tell them to sit back and pretend they didn't see it.
Then be it. Then be it.
The problem is,
Well, see, if they're not here, they won't see it, and that'll be fine.
I'm
not
here,
worried about that.
so you got to worry about what may come looking for me.
There it is. There it is. You feel good that you've done that to me? Do you feel good that you have put me in danger?
That's why I'm putting a bug in my people's ears to make sure that you're okay. Because I could very easily say, turn a blind eye, let whatever happens to her happen to her.
I just needed you to say that. That yes, I am in jeopardy because you lived here. Because of your
Because of my
call
past.
out.
Because of my past. I'm not proud of, I'll be the first one to admit that I am not proud of some of the things that I've done in my past.
Yes, you are.
Some of it.
You are proud of everything.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Because you're Billy Badass.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not proud of everything that's happened in my... There are certain things that if I could go back in time and change...
You know, but when you started going to the bars, it was getting worse and worse.
But I've always been
worse.
going to bars.
Nah.
No.
Nah, when you first...
Long before I came here.
But I'm saying, when you were first here, you didn't do that.
I
But
tried
then,
to tone it down.
out of nowhere, you went and it just blew up.
I tried to tone it down.
Yeah, well...
But there's a certain part of me that is just...
You want to live on the edge. You're still young and dumb.
It is what I am. I tried to dumb it down and I tried to suppress it, but there are certain things that are just part of who I am. And no matter how
So
much...
because I allowed to live here, I allowed you to live here, my life now is in permanent danger.
Not if I put the right word in. All I got to do is say...
Well, what the heck? So yeah, I'm still in danger.
Watch her. Make sure she's okay. Yes, I'm not living there anymore, but she did me right. And we didn't leave on no humbug shit. We left on some old... It was better for both of us. Make sure she's not harmed.
Oh my.
I mean, I would think you would, like that. I mean, considering who you know that I know, if me saying,
I don't know nobody that you know. I just know who you speak of.
But if I say, look, make sure she isn't harmed. You may not. Look, don't step in her life. Do not. But if you see some humbug shit, make sure she's okay.
Yeah. I got such spaghetti down here.
Because even though we're parting ways, I still give a fuck about you. And I still have a special place in my heart reserved for you. And that's why I'm going to have the people that are going to watch this house and make sure that you are okay. Because I have a special place in my heart for you. And after everything that we've just talked about, I want to make sure that even if I'm not here,
well, my people will be watching your people. And they have arsenals. One there, one there. They are loaded with guns.
They don't hold a can. See, the thing is two
you
people.
don't know them either.
2 people.
That's not 2 people. You don't know what's going on.
Versus thousands.
Oh, thousands of people are going to storm my house?
If I put a word out. I mean, think about it. I know the Hells Angels.
Really? So if I piss you off again tonight, really bad, you're going to put a bug in the Hells Angels and the Renegades to come thousands of people and come in my house and kill me?
No.
That's what you just said.
But
you said if it didn't end on this good terms, you would put a bug in the ear.
Well, no.
Thousands of people would be here. So which is it? Which is it?
Basically, the way this can go is one of 2 ways.
Okay.
Either I can put a bug in their ear and say, make sure that you stay out of sight, out of mind, but if anything looks jeopardizing her health, you storm the place and make sure she's okay. Or I can say, she was a little bitch, and you see something out of Rye, you let them go on and take care of her. And just pretend you didn't see it. I wouldn't have them come do nothing to you. But I wouldn't offer you...
what was that? Thousands of people showing up.
Because if you piss me off enough, I would have those people show up just on account of...
Really?
Yes.
Really?
If you piss me off enough, I would have those people show up just on account of...
You would?
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you piss me off enough.
So if I piss you off...
I know enough. The problem with that whole scenario is, I actually have genuine feelings for you. And I want to make sure that once I'm gone, you're taken care of. So I will have...
But, if I piss you off, that genuine care for me will go away.
No.
So that you can have me taken care of.
No.
Yes, that's what you said.
Well, and that's where I need to clarify.
You need to clarify.
If it had ended the way it was ending with me,
what, 2 hours ago,
with you turning the lights off, I was getting ready to, as soon as I had my dad cleared out, I was going to send everybody here.
Oh, really?
Why?
But
because you were even remotely open to the idea of talking to me and trying to rectify, even though I'm still moving out. That hasn't changed.
That will never change.
And
that was going to happen in a couple days. But that shit with the gun waving it around.
Well, the thing is if you had
staring me down,
if you would have thrown it on me unpronounced, I would have had everybody I knew took care of business.
Took care of business.
Because of the way it happened, and because of the fact that
But you live here, so they do that. They're not going to associate it with you.
No, they'll lay you down and say, "Hey, how you doing?" to me. But because of the way things have happened, and because of the fact that we have talked the way we have, I can turn to them and say, "No, yes, I am moving out. I'm not living there anymore." But it wasn't on no humbug shit. It was on some old. It was better for both of us that we just moved on. But make sure she's okay. Make sure no harm comes to her. Instead of, this bitch is on some old humbug shit. Once I'm gone, you do what you gotta do. And don't let me know. So instead of that, now you're under my protection. Because when I leave, I'm going to say when they ask me, because the thing is I'm not going to volunteer the information, but they're going to ask me where I'm living. And when I say I've moved on, they're going to ask me why. And if I say anything even resembling animosity, I can't say that they would act violent, but I can't promise they wouldn't. But because of the way that we're parting ways, I can say the same thing about you that I say about my ex. And she's under my protection too.
Yeah, you never put my car thing in either. God, I should write a list of all the things that you promised to do that you haven't done.
I mean, my ex is under my protection because when they asked me about why we left, I said I said it was just that time. I said, she's a wonderful person. She's an incredible woman. You make sure this woman is not harmed. It was just better that we moved on at this point in time.
Because of the crap you're spewing out of your face right now. It's that shit that's got me just over it. I'm like, the violence and the guns and the, I know these people and I know that people and I can have this happen. I can't live with it.
Well, I'll just tell them, I'll say,
it's just gotten worse and worse and
but
worse.
at least we're parting ways friends. So I can tell them we're parting ways
friends
friends.
until you pay me my money, and then we'll be possible acquaintances, maybe Facebook friends, but nothing more.
Well, if we parted ways any other kind of way, you'd never see a nickel. But because
I still don't think I'm gonna see a nickel.
But because of the way we
I know
are,
you can't make money. I know you can't make money. You can make 20 here, 20 there, but you can't make money enough to pay me back.
No, I'm going to Vegas.
Of what you owe. Yeah, your money. You said you're gonna stack your papers. So
I'm stacking my papers.
Yeah, you're stacking your papers for that. You ain't stacking your papers for me.
No.
For the house.
Not immediately. Because I have to get out of Virginia.
I seen you right. I'm gonna get mine. That's all that matters. I'm gonna get mine.
I'm gonna get mine.
Talk about,
I'm gonna get out of Virginia.
You're stacking your papers, and I'm sitting here. The electric bill's unpaid. The water bill's getting shut off. The cable's getting cut off on the 16th.
But when I moved to, I even told my parents.
You don't even care about what I just said. You don't even care.
I do.
No, you don't. You went right on to another conversation. When I talk about my fears and all that's going on.
And they're unjustified because I'm going to
They're unjustified?
Because of the way that we ended. I'm going to make sure you're
Yeah, but where the hell are you going to get money from? My cable, my internet, my phone is getting cut off on the 16th. I owe over $200 and something. I haven't paid in 2 months. The electric bill, I owe $1,000. You know,
But by the end of the
the
month,
water bill, I owe 100 and something.
but by the end of the month, I'll be in Vegas, doing what I do best, and I'll be caked up like ain't nobody's business. Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I count cards. I'm very good at it. I've proven it.
Yeah. Well, they catch people like you, and
No, they don't.
like people like you.
They can't catch people like me because people like me don't do it with electronic devices. People like me do it in their head. Because people like me are just good, like, born good with numbers. And as long as I don't use an electronic device to help me in my counting, there's no way they can catch me. Unless I start trying to get ridiculous and start taking tens of thousands of dollars out of, an establishment time and
So
again.
basically, what you're saying is you're going to make all the money you can just to get to Vegas, and then once you get to Vegas, if you make money, you'll send me a little here and there.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
no, it ain't about if.
How are you going to gain the money?
What I'm saying is.
But I'm not going to see any money until you're in Vegas and
Yes.
and going.
What I'm saying is.
That's fucked
I'm
up.
going
That
to
is so
do what I
wrong.
gotta do to get to Vegas because you were the last possible hope I had of staying in Virginia.
You know, you had a good life here. You had it made.
But I wasn't happy.
I treated you. You were happy.
And you're absolutely 1,000,000% right. You treat me like fucking gold.
Yes, I did. And I still do, even though I'm just so disgusted.
And
I've been nothing but good to you, and you've done nothing but shit on me.
But
And use
if
me.
you'll go out, I've had nothing but good things to say about you.
That doesn't pay my bills.
No,
None of that pays my bills.
but when I go to Vegas, initially, my goal is I'm going to make sure I have enough for the plane ticket out to Vegas. Once I get to Vegas and can do what I do best, I'm going to be so caked up it ain't even funny. I'm going to be throwing money at people like it ain't nobody's business. And you are...
Now, you just said that's what got Mike killed. Because he threw his money around. So, that's okay for you to do it?
Different area. You don't understand. West Coast mentality and East Coast mentality.
Las Vegas is Sin City.
Been there, done.
They kill you quicker there than they kill you here.
I went to Vegas with 50
Throw
bucks.
you off a balcony.
I went to
Nobody
Vegas.
knows what happened.
I went to Vegas with 50 bucks in my pocket. I drank 35 of it on the plane just to handle the plane ride out there because I don't do planes. I lived like King fucking Tut the whole time I was out there.
And how long were you out there?
About a week.
And
why
didn't you stay longer than a week?
Because I decided that I needed to come back here because my parents told me that it wasn't okay for me to live that kind of lifestyle. And I've gone out of my way to live the lifestyle my parents wanted me to live. And it blows up in my face every time. Case in point.
Because I've been trying to do the same thing.
And
because we love you and we see that you're being an idiot.
I am what I am.
And you don't have to be this way.
But
you don't have to be that way. You choose to be that way.
And I won't be happy.
You're never going to be happy because you're always. You're never going to be happy. You're always chasing something.
Oh no, I could not have been happy. It was everything. It took every fiber of my being to get on that plane and come back here. It took every fiber of my being.
So why won't that happen again? What's going to be different this time?
Because I was sent out there and I knew I had to come back, if for nothing else but my parents.
Okay.
This time, after
But
everything
here you are.
after everything I've been through, and after I almost stayed in Virginia for a job, and they threw me to the fucking shit once I had expended my usefulness. And then here, it just didn't work out. I've expended my usefulness. And it's just, I'm done with Virginia. And out there, I don't know. I can't say what I want to say because it will be offensive. So I just
Say it. You're worried about offending me now? Give me a break. You're worried about offending me? Bring it on. What? What?
it's just a different mentality out there.
Like?
The reason I hate this state so very much, and I have the feelings I have towards certain types of people, is because of certain experiences I've had with only those types of people. And when I was in Vegas, those types of people just plain don't exist. And when they do, they aren't even close to the humbug shit they are on here.
Okay. So we're talking darkness.
Yes. The only reason I picked up a gun is because of that. Because the only people that I've ever been robbed by and
So
jumped
black
by,
people forced you to get into guns and violence.
because they're the only people who have ever shown violence towards me here in this state. But when I went out to Vegas, first of all, they didn't exist. And second of all, the one or two that I did happen to run across were on a completely different level. They were regular people.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, of anybody, the first person to give their shirt off their back to make sure that I was okay. Here, it's a different mentality. And the only experiences I've had were bad with those particular.
But yet all your white buddies go around killing people and shit.
They ain't
And that's
never wronged
okay?
me. I don't care what they do as long as they don't cross me. The only times I've ever been robbed or been run up on.
But that's because Norfolk's population is more
That's
black than white.
why I
But,
need.
but you know,
And that's why I don't discriminate. And that's why, like, when I go out there, yeah, I mean, first of all, they just plain aren't out there. But when you do run across the far and few between, they're human. They're regular people, and they're the first people that will give the shirt off their very back
well, I
to
can
make sure
tell you,
you're
I
okay.
know hundreds of black people here who are the same way.
I can't name one black person that I've had a good, with the exception of my drug dealer, who is MIA. I think she got locked up. I can't name one black person I've had a good experience with in Virginia. Now, if I went to New York, that whole situation changes.
That's all Puerto Ricans.
Well,
Those are the
no.
ones that are going to shoot you.
Well, no. When I was in New York, I was around a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Puerto Ricans, and a lot of blacks. And even the school I went to was majority black and Puerto Rican. And they were awesome ass fucking people. Like, they were people.
See, you're grouping and grouping and grouping, and
But
has nothing to do with that.
here,
So I'm sorry it was black people who got
the
you, but it could have
only
been.
bad experiences I've ever had in this state were with black folks. But in that, I'm not prejudiced because I know that I've had it. I go down to Florida, and there's a lot of black folks in Florida, and they're just as quick to give the shirt off their back as actually quicker to give the shirt off their back to help you than some of the white folks I've met. It's just the black folks here in Virginia.
Okay. That's cool.
Like your daughter. I actually kind of would like to meet her because she sounds like a really cool people. And because she's not from here, and she's not from
She's
around
from
here.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Exactly. She's from the West. So her mentality is a quadrillion times different than the black folks from around here. She is what I would consider good people. And the kind of person, one of the first people I would probably turn to. Because she's not from here. She's from out west. Her mentality is different. Her skin color's got nothing to do with it. She's from a different part of the world. Her mentality is different.
Yeah, well, when I was in San Diego, down on my luck,
Well, I can't say California.
near a white person want to help me out for nothing.
Well, I can't say California. I've never been that far. I don't know California. I don't know Californians. I cannot speak,
Okay then.
but I can speak.
You're just saying west, so I'm saying west.
I can
It's
speak.
not all west.
I can speak for the Midwest that I've had experience with, the Texas, Arizona, Nevada.
I'm so tired.
You know. Now, California, I've never been to. I don't know. For all I know, the white people out there are horrible, despicable people. They are. And they very well might be. Because I've never been there. I can't speak for it. All I can speak for is what I've seen. And I can tell you that the black folks I knew in New York, some of them were my best, closest friends. And the black folks I've met in Nevada when I was in Las Vegas were some of the coolest people I'd ever met in my life. But the black folks I know here in Virginia ain't nothing but hooligans. And when I see a black person walk down the street in Virginia, the first thing I do is clutch my weapon, whatever it may be. Because that's the only people that have ever run up on me were black here in Virginia. But when I leave Virginia, it's a whole different ballgame. So I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate against skin color. I discriminate against area code. I've learned that Virginians, white, black, pink, Mexican, or indifferent, ain't good for shit. Because you'll find that one in a gajillion that is actually good. But 99.9% of what you run into ain't. From my experiences. And the only ones that I've ever been jumped by were black here in Virginia. But when I stepped outside of Virginia, hell, even in New York, it was a totally different mentality. And the black folks there were white folks. They were good, honest, self-respecting people that I would be honored to call my friends. And when I went out west, the one or two that I did happen to run across were good, honest, self-respecting people that I would be honored to call my friends. You know? It's just the people from Virginia. Black, white, pink, purple are indifferent. It's just the people from Virginia. And that's where I don't see a color. I see geographic. Which is different, you know? I like the way you worded that. I was reading the way you were typing the laboratory. I like the way you worded that. If I was going to sell it, that's kind of how I would word it.
Well, I gotta explain what happened. Why I have a brand new chair that's never been used, just out of the box. But this chair here, maybe we can start sitting here. He's no longer living here, and I have no need of this chair. It's in pristine condition.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I liked it.
I bought it for $150. I'll just sell it for $100.
I would actually, before you sell it, let me talk to my instructor. Because
Okay.
he's always buying shit. I might even be able to get you $150 for it.
Okay. If you can, that would be nice.
Yeah,
I'm still posting it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't say don't post it, but I'll talk to my oldest because he's always buying shit, especially barber chairs and shit like that. You know, and I'll tell him, hey man, I got this barber chair. You know, brand new, ain't even been used. You know, you can give me $150 for it. It's yours. And then just give you the money. Instead of taking a loss, he would be willing to give $150 for a product. Well, I'll talk to him.
I just need money in fast.
That's what I said. I talked to him for you.
Alright. Tomorrow?
Well, I don't know about tomorrow, but within the next couple of days.
It's okay.
Because tomorrow I've got too much other stuff to deal with. But within the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up to him and I'll tell him, hey, I got this barber chair. Hell, I've seen him spend more than that on used chairs. I know they'll spend that. I know if I tell them I got this beautiful ass barber chair and I only want $150 for it, I'm sure they'll buy it.
Just gotta put something on it because they will tear it to shreds tonight. The cats love to tear up leather.
Oh, I know
And
that.
that will
Well,
ruin
that's on
it.
you.
So I've got it's on me.
Or I'll
Everything's on me.
just pull it back into my room.
The way you yanked it out in the first place.
because I was moving out and it wasn't mine. I was on some old, okay, well, I'm throwing everything that don't belong to me out of this room and you can deal with it how you do. And if that meant it got destroyed, that wasn't my problem because it wasn't mine. I took it out of my room, so it couldn't be said. You do what I meant. I was what it was. I was half hoping it would get destroyed because of the way it was initially. But I'd be very happy to bring it back into my room just to make sure that it's okay.
They will tear it up in 2 seconds.
And I would have been
And
happy.
it'll be useless.
Well, prior to
They're
us
already
recon-
sleeping on it right now.
prior to our reconcile, I would have been happy. I was praying they would rip it to shreds so you couldn't get a near nickel out of it. Well, you know, I mean, it's just how I am and how it was. But we've reconciled our differences, and I want to leave you under good terms. And I'll be happy to bring it back into my room to make sure that it is okay and unharmed, so that you can actually get good money
And
for
when
it.
you rip that safe out, that wall better be done right. This house has enough problems that
Don't say what better be, because I mean it is my wall safe, and I got the right.
and
to
it is
pull
my
out.
wall.
Yeah, but
You
I've
can
got.
pull it out, but you don't have a right to leave a gaping hole
Yes,
in
I
my
do.
wall. You put the wall hole in the wall.
Doesn't matter. I don't have the responsibility to fix
You
it.
don't?
Nope.
You don't.
Not under the court. Not under the letter of the law. But, and if we had left the way we were, I would have left that hole in your wall as a fuck you, and there wouldn't have been shit you could have done about it legally. But, because of the way things have become, I have already told you, yes, I am taking that safe out of the wall, regardless of whether I leave the hole there or not. But, because of the way that we are leaving things, I am going to make, I'm taking the safe. But I will patch the hole. I'm not going to paint it. I'm not going that far. But I will patch it and leave it so that the only thing somebody need do is run a coat of paint over it, which that room needs anyway. They won't have to do any more than simply roll a coat of paint over it. Because I'm not going to paint the patch. But I will patch it and make it so that as soon as somebody so much as rolls a roller over it, it will, paint it.
That don't matter. I'm not staying here.
Well, don't say that, because I will leave the hole in the wall. If I don't think you're going to stay here, then I'm going to take the safe out and I won't worry about patching the hole. I'll leave the gaping hole.
Patch the gaping hole, please.
Well, not if I don't think you're going to stay here. If you're going to move out anyways.
I'm just talking. Where am I gonna go with my cats?
I don't know.
You know I'm stuck here.
You were the one talking about, well, I'm not staying here anyways, and if you're not staying
Well,
here
I'm
anyways,
just talking. I can't go anywhere. I'm screwed.
I'll leave the hole. But if
Don't
you're going to actually
leave the
stay
hole.
here,
Don't leave the hole, please.
well, you were going to get a hole in the wall because of the way we were going, but because of the way we're leaving things now, I was going to fix the hole. So that I wasn't going to paint it. And I'm not going to paint it. But I was going to fix it so that and finish it so that all somebody would have to do is.
And how about putting the blade back up there? It's not gonna annoy you because you're not gonna be here. I just need it to look okay. I'm not gonna use it. We'll see.
I mean, because I've got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow.
Yeah, you do, but you left a lot of stuff that's causing me distress.
Yeah, but I mean,
Things that you did that I can't fix.
I've got to pull the wall safe out of the wall because the wall safe is coming with me, or you're going to pay me for it. So
No, we'll take it off your rent.
no, then I'm going to take it with me because I'm either going to get the
Then
cash in
take it with
hand,
you. I have cash
Or,
in hand.
I'm
You know
going
I
to
have a
take it with
dollar
me.
in my pocket.
I'm just saying, either I'm going to get the cash,
I just,
in hand,
you are such.
but
You just love to threat and threat
I will
and threat.
fix
You
the
have
hole
done that from day
that
one.
it leaves.
You strong arm me all the time. My friends tonight were like, "You need to talk to him. You need to." I said, "You don't understand. There is no talking to him because you are always in the right. Then you admit you're wrong, but you're in the right, and you're vindictive, and you threaten. You've been threatening and threatening, and this is."
That's why I need to go out west.
Yeah, you need to.
Because I can't.